my next question would be, I know DLSS 2.0 just came out, but now that you got this step, you know, taken care of and stuff, one thing I want you to clarify, because I saw a video talking about how y'all got the technology to where it won't have to be a per game basis. It can be throughout like any game. So I'll give you an example. If you go to the control panel at NVIDIA, right, you can have certain settings that works across the board, like, you know, system wide. Can we expect that with DLSS 2.0 as well, to the point where no matter what game we play, like Resident Evil 3 remake just came out, like that don't have the DLSS 2.0 in it. But if it was a part of just the standard development control panel, then we'll be able to use it. Will we see that level of growth with DLSS 2.0?
We are always looking for ways to make our technologies better and make our technologies usable for the most amount of people. I'll put it that way, because I can't really talk about future stuff that's not announced and where we're going. So
got you.
I'll tell you, but with DLSS going from 1 to 2, what did change was, for DLSS 1, we would have to take a game, Battlefield 5, put it on a supercomputer and run it over and over and over and over and over and over, train our neural network so that it could pick up a lot of data,
right,
and predict what, you know, what the next frame is going to look like. So what has changed from going from 1 to 2 is that now we don't have to train just that game. It's more of an overall, you know, a training method, because what we learned was, when we trained Battlefield, we learned a lot of stuff that applied to Shadow of the Tomb.
Wow.
So we took that same, we didn't start from 0 at Shadows of the Tomb Raider. We started kind of above 0 because we learned some stuff in Battlefield. So what we've done is we have a more generic training model now. So it takes a lot of that stuff and it applies it to more games. It's easier to train. Gives us the ability to bring out DLSS 2 at launch, rather than, because it's hard to get somebody to hit your game launch, me your game run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So that's hard to do. So if we have this more generic training model, it allows us to market faster. Gamers, because it gets the products out faster. It's better for game developers because there's not as much specialized training.
Got you.
Require the game developer to integrate that, because there's a lot to it. This is hard to do. So we've got to have help and some hooks in the game for the game developers to allow us to do this. So we're not at the point where it's just on and off like anti-aliasing is. A nice goal, and it's not something that we haven't considered at NVIDIA, but right now for 2, that's not where we're at. So we've got 4 games right now that use it. We've got Control, Wolfenstein,
MechWarrior,
and MechWarrior.
Yeah.
So we've got those. Those are the games that use it right now. But the good news is that it's easier for game developers to integrate it into their games, and they don't have to do the specialized training of just their game. We're also working with the game engine guys to get it added to the game engine, which is another easy way for game developers to get it.
Yo, this is amazing.
Our first goal was to get it right, and DLSS 1, we figured out it was a lot harder than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got it right with DLSS 2, and the people have looked at it like you are amazed, because we can actually render image, the same image quality as native or close to it with half the pixels. So if you want to render 4K, you need 2,000 pixels to do it with. And that is a huge difference in performance, as you already know. So
wow.
We've given users more control, so there's a balanced performance and quality mode, so they have control over kind of how the AI is applied, to their screen, so they can kind of dial it in the way that they want it. And it's been huge. The reviews, like you said, have been fantastic. It looks really good. We're super proud of it. It's been a hard journey. Anytime you try to make a change in an industry, especially gamers, because gamers are vocal and passionate, and they love games, man. But we're the same way. We just want them to get better. And
absolutely.
Anytime you try to make that turn, it's always a slow turn, because there's a lot of resistance from a lot of different areas. Like right now, NVIDIA GPUs are the only ones that can do ray tracing, but ray tracing is not to NVIDIA. Any DirectX 12 Ultimate compatible GPU could do these effects. And it's
so check this out. So check this out, because so here's a 2-parter question, and then we're about to go to another topic, right? There's a 2-parter question. So You just said that NVIDIA GPUs are the only GPUs that could do ray tracing. So is that like an actual is that actually true? Because I know there's some people over at AMD that will say something different. So I want to make sure everything is cleared up. So I gotta have you answer that one. And then the second thing is, in the comment section, a lot of people was asking if like DLSS 2.0 to 3.0 would probably like help with better AI in video games in terms of the NPCs and the people that you fight. So that's the two questions.
I got them both.
Okay,
so,
let's go.
Send me a link on Newegg where I can buy any other GPU.
Whoa, you cut out. You gotta say that again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Send me a link on Newegg where I can buy another GPU other than NVIDIA's that supports ray tracing, and I'll buy it and I'll check it out. But until then, NVIDIA is the only GPU you can buy right now that supports DirectX 12 Ultimate.
Woo, okay, all right.
That's the way I can answer that question.
Yo, that's real talk. And then the next part of the question was DLSS 2.0 to 3.0. Will we see increase in AI?
The key for expanding AI in video games is less just DLSS 2.0 and more the specialized cores that are inside RTX GPUs that allow you to execute that neural network really, really fast.
Oh,
so the okay. This works is you train this neural network, and it gives you this little suite that you download when you download our drivers that says, okay, when you're running control, she's always got the gun on the screen. I know what the gun looks like, so you don't have to render that gun. You can use previous frames to render the gun, and it saves you a little time. And there's little things that neural network tells you. Here are the shortcuts you can take to get that performance up to where you want it to be, make the image quality to look better. So it's a small packet. I mean, it's kilobytes. It's not very big at all. So tensor cores are not, and I can't talk a whole lot about it because we're getting into stuff, but the tensor cores are not just limited to DLSS. DLSS is just the first form of AI that we apply to video games, but there are other things you can do in video games, and if they run on a neural network, tensor cores run neural networks really, really fast.
Yo, Brian, I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, when the world gets to a better situation, I gotta give you a big hug. You too, Rajal, because I know you, Brian. I know you be. So I know this. I know you're working on something crazy. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna leave it at that.
We got a lot of guys that are passionate about it.
We're gonna leave it at that. So
we want to get better.
So now my next question, and this is dealing with just next generation gaming period.